So we have been talking about the Fertile Crescent, which is the land between the Euphrates and the Tigris rivers. It was a very fertile area because it was between these two rivers. Now the Euphrates River, as you can see, if you kind of start down here where I've underlined and go upward, there are not many tributaries or branches that go off of the river. So it was a more slow-moving river. However, the Tigris River is a quicker moving, bending, and it has many tributaries or branches coming off of it, as I've circled here. Now, living by the rivers, there would sometimes be some flooding. And when it flooded, it would make this dry, cracked up ground become fertile again. And so it was this rich mixture of rock and soil that was left behind after the floodwaters receded. And this silt would make the land suitable for farming again. However, the Euphrates and Tigris rivers were very unpredictable, and so at times it would go a long period without any rain, and this would leave a drought, which is a long period of no rain, and the ground would harden up and crack and look a lot like this picture during a drought. On the flip side, again, like I said, these rivers were unpredictable, so at times there was flooding. And flooding is detrimental, it's harmful, it's destructive, it ruins the crops, and the farmers would be left with nothing. So they had to find a solution. They had a problem. They had flooding, they had droughts, yet they were located by a river, and they had to figure out how to control the water during the flooding and how to get water to their dry crops during the droughts. So they came up with a system of irrigation. And simply stated, irrigation is just a matter of moving water. When you have a flood, you want to move water away from the crops and get it back into the rivers. And when you have a drought, you want to get the water from the river to your dry crops. So they came up with irrigation, which over here you see is a system of connected ditches, canals, and dams that move water. So I hope you've learned a little more about how the early Mesopotamians used water and worked with water.